everyone? It's Ty Slatter of GTA Sports, and welcome to another edition of GTA's ISO Mode. If you haven't already followed GTA Sports Network and GTA Heat Check on all social media platforms, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to GTA Sports on YouTube, and don't forget GTASports.com for all things in the world of sport. And today we're talking about the Philadelphia 76ers. More specifically, James Harden. If you know, Antonio Turner over at Heat Check, big James Harden guy, has been defending him for years. We started the GTA Heat Check about 3-4 years ago, and ever since we started, he's been a big James Harden advocate. But before we get into that, you ever notice I got a brand new hat? Showtime. So make sure you follow my brother WT3 Racing on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe over there. Make sure you follow him at Washington 45 on all social media platforms. Get your hat today. All right. Showtime 45, represent the brand. James Harden not only took pay cuts to help the team, but multiple sources are saying he doesn't care about championships. He just wants to get paid. Reports have come out in the last few weeks that him and Daryl Morey's relationship has soured during the offseason. He doesn't want to return back to Philly. He wants to be traded. He has a year left on his contract, so Daryl Morey's not too happy about the situation. I'm more or less looking at it like this. James never was really focused on championship the way he said he was. He just said it for good PR. He doesn't want to be looked at as a guy that only cares about a check. But based on this move he's making now, he doesn't care about championships. And Tim Hardaway Sr. said the same thing. I believe he was on a podcast called The Carlton Show where he said the same thing. James Harden looking out for James Harden. He's not looking out for a team. He doesn't care about championships. I think they're right. When the reports came out that he wanted to go to the Clippers and reunite with Russell Westbrook, my first thought was, okay, you're from LA, so it kind of makes sense, but at the same time, what are we doing here? You already tried this out in Houston, and the reports came out back then that your friend, your best childhood friend, Russell Westbrook, did not like your lack of dedication to the craft. So there was issues and tension there between best friends in the locker room. We all know James Harden disappears during the playoffs. That's public knowledge at this point, so no need to really harp on that. But if I'm a team and James Harden's on the market, because reports came out 2 weeks ago, and I don't think we got a chance to cover on the podcast over at Heat Check, but there's no market for James Harden at this point. There's zero interest really outside of the Clippers, but they're not trying to give up too much for him. So depending on what Philly demands of James Harden, and that's probably going to be the problem right there, where Daryl Morey's going to screw over James Harden because James Harden is essentially screwing over Daryl Morey and the 76ers right now by demanding a trade with one season left. And they literally built this team for James Harden and Joel Embiid to work together at least one more time. Tobias Harris is in the last year of his deal. They signed Patrick Beverley to a one-year deal. They re-signed Montrezl Harrell to a one-year deal. They re-signed Paul Reed, matched an offer because Paul Reed was on his way out the door. They matched his offer and paid him what he wanted. I think it's a 3-year, $30 million type of deal. And then they signed Mo Bamba to a one-year deal. I look at it like this. The Philadelphia 76ers really are still paying for not re-signing Jimmy Butler when they had a chance. Can you picture Jimmy Butler, Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris on the same team? Instead of Jimmy trying to win by himself in Miami, which has not worked as of yet. 2 shots at the finals and couldn't get through because he didn't have no help. He didn't have a Joel Embiid. He had Bam Adebayo. He didn't have a Tobias Harris. He had a Caleb Martin. Like, it's tit for tat. What I think should happen next, honestly, if I'm Daryl Morey, this is just Philly's front office. Elton Brand, Daryl Morey, the Sixers front office. I don't care where James lands. I'm taking the best deal possible so I don't lose James Harden for nothing. Because he walks next summer for free. I think in conclusion, if you remember Kobe Bryant's prediction about James Harden really has been cemented. He said years ago that you can't win championships with the style of play James Harden represents.
James Harden, of course, crazy streak this season. What do you think of what he's doing right now?
I think I'm not a fan of in terms of winning championships. I don't think that style is ever going to win championships. But at the same time, you have to keep your team's head above water to win games. So you have to do what you have to do to win games, and he's doing that, right? Now, I think...
So are you saying you don't think James Harden and the Rockets, as constructed, can win a title?
Not with this style of play, it won't win, right? With one player dominating the ball. Now when you have Chris Paul come back and you have more movement to the offense, where you move guys around, where you're harder to find.
And Chris Paul's back, but you mean more in the...
Yeah, because listen, if you take one player, you put him at the top of the key, or you put him on the wing, and you're running screen rolls, you're always in front of the defense. The defense can key on that, particularly in the playoffs. And that's easy to defend.
Yeah.
It's easy to defend. Now, what he's doing is absolutely remarkable, though, and I think it's a testament to how remarkable it is, because people are now trying to minimize what it is that he's doing. I mean, he's doing some phenomenal stuff.
He does what he has to do to win games. Regular season juggernaut. Used to be a triple-double machine. Right there with Russell at one point. You know, going back and forth with him on the MVP race. But Kobe Bryant said it best. James Harden's style of play does not win championships. It's great for the regular season. But in the playoffs, when the game slows down, defense locks in on that, basically puts a magnifying glass to your weaknesses, minimizes your strengths, which is why James Harden always disappears in the post. Overall, I don't care if James goes back to Houston. I don't care if he goes to the Clippers. I don't care if he goes... He's not going to stay in the East. I don't see Philly keeping him in the East, honestly. He's going West. Now, where does he land? It won't be Phoenix. Phoenix don't have the money. So a KD Harden reunion is not going to happen, at least not this season. The new CBA definitely, obliterated that option. There's no more super teams. You have to sacrifice so much to make a super team that you'll have no roster, no depth, no bench. And you'll have a strong starting five, but once they get tired, they have nobody to sub out and hold the weight. So overall, if I'm James Harden, man, just take the bag and, go out and do the best you can with what you got wherever you land. Hopefully he gets the team he wants. He wants Clippers. He wants to go back home to LA. That's fine. But I don't see James Harden winning a championship at this point. Clippers are definitely not doing it. I love Russ. It would be great to see Russ and James Harden back together. But honestly, I don't see it working out. I don't see an option where the Clippers win a championship with that roster as it's currently constructed. So to Philly, you screwed up. Should have re-signed Jimmy over Tobias Harris. I think the whole world knew that even back then, and it's been confirmed, reaffirmed, and reconfirmed every season. Without Jimmy, Joel ain't winning no chips without Jimmy. And Jimmy, quite possibly, is not winning any chips without Joel. So at some point, hopefully they'll get to reconvene, reconnect. Maybe Joel to request a trade to Miami. I don't know how likely that is, being that they're both in the East. But overall, James Harden at this point in his career, he's in the twilight years of his career, and he don't condition like a LeBron James. So I don't see him doing anything more than what he's already done, and that's maintain regular season dominance and then come up short when they need him the most. And that has been a Philadelphia 76ers edition of GTA's Isomo. Make sure you follow me at Ty Slatter on social media platforms. Don't forget to get the hat and more merch at WT3 Racing. Alright, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to GTA Sports on YouTube. Don't forget to check out GTASportsnet.com. This is Ty Slatter, and until next time, take care.